everyone, and welcome back to the 4th episode of the Deloitte Women's Premier League magazine show. My name is Ash Ashif from Footballita, and today we have two new guests joining us, and for the very first time, I would say, because both of them are also either rejoining the WPL for the first time or actually, making their debuts. And of course, I'm going to introduce them right now. Of course, we have Hamizah from Police SA. Hello, Hamizah.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And we also have Fardiana from Geylang International. And you all can see the kids behind them. This is also the first time we're having the kids on the show. So let me know in the comments below if you guys love the kids. Definitely want to watch this season. And of course, speaking of highlights, we don't have any highlights this week, but of course, do continue to follow all the action here on the Facebook page of WPL and also SG Women's Football. Alright guys, let's get started on today's show. So guys, I just want to say welcome to the show. For yourself, Hamizah, how did you get started in football?
Currently right now I'm playing for PSA. I'm in my 9th season.
Yep.
So how I get started in football is I was scouted during my secondary school days.
Wow.
To join the youth national teams. So when I was playing at the international level, I enjoyed it. So I got selected for the senior national team and been playing there for 8 years, and I've not looking back since.
Wow, 8 years. And I just wanted to ask you as well, because I know that you've been at Police SA for a while. This is definitely not your first season, right?
No.
So how long have you been at Police SA?
Police SA has been since 2013, so minus COVID. This is my 9th season. One season I spent in WNL, so we won. And
promotion now. Congrats. We'll talk a little bit about that in a bit. But for yourself, Fardiana, how did you get started in football? How was it like? What's your story?
Actually, I only started in university. So it was like a few years back only, when I was 23 or 24 years old. Yeah, so I started a bit late. But I joined this student-initiated soccer club in my uni. Shout out to Imi, because she's the one who actually encouraged me to join. And ever since then, I joined WNL teams like Republic FC and the Singapore Khalsa Association last season for WNL. Yeah.
So both of you were in WNL last season and finally making, I would say, a return, and for yourself also a start in Geylang. So just want to ask you as well, what got you inspired in football? Because you said you started university. What was it that you loved about it?
Yeah, actually, I think from young, I've always wanted to play soccer, but I've never really got the opportunity to play in my schools because they don't really offer soccer as a CCA. Yeah, so it was only in university that I got to play lah. Before that, I was playing netball, basketball, hockey, floorball.
So almost every sport except football.
Everything, yeah.
But of course, football is your first love now, right?
Yeah.
I guess for all of us in this show, okay? Fardiana as well, I'll go to you in a bit. But Hamizah, Police SA is a very historical team and respected team in the league as well, in women's football. So how does it feel to be back playing in the WPL after winning promotion?
Me and my teammates, we are very happy to be back in the WPL. We want to prove that, given our WNL victory, that we deserve to stay and play in the WPL. We were informed at such short notice that we will be returning to the WPL. So every practice leading up to the season is very crucial and important for us.
Wow, and speaking of being crucial and important, how did you and your teammates prepare for this season with that time that you had?
It's very difficult, but and a bit of a challenge because all of us are from different backgrounds. So when we can attend our trainings, we will just make do with what we have. We will do our strategy trainings and everything. So just to try to cram up all in one.
All in one, and so far so good, I would say. Fardiana, for yourself, it's interesting because it's Geylang's first season in the league, so it's a new story, a new book that y'all are opening up. And also just you guys have new players and everything. So how does it feel for you to be part of this?
It's definitely an honor because it's the first women's team for Geylang, and I feel quite honoured to be playing with a lot of great players, both from WNL and also WPL teams, those that recently joined with Geylang. So it's truly an honour, and I'm very excited to play for Geylang International.
Can you tell me a bit more about the club? So because it's the first time you're hearing about it, so maybe where you guys train and how is it like? Yeah.
So we at first we train at our Tampines hub. We also train at Deloitte Stadium also. the vibe is actually quite positive because we have a lot of young players, a good mix actually, a good mix of young and experienced players as well. So overall, it's really quite positive because everyone's encouraging each other and we're all learning new things about each other. So it's been a really pleasant time training with this group of people.
So before you joined, did you know much about Geylang as like their men's team and everything?
To be honest, not really. So I got to know about Geylang when from Coach Chana, the assistant coach of the women's team. So I thought, because previously I was playing in WNL, then I thought, why not just take it a step further and challenge myself to join a WPL team.
Nice. So we'll see how you do because I know it's not been an easy start for you guys. Okay, Hamizah, speaking of starts, Police SA actually got their first win of the season, and you said you want to try and win the league. But besides that, what's the goal for the team?
Oh, for the goal now, coming back, we don't want to set the bar too high. So we are aiming to finish at least the top half of the table. So as much as possible, we do not want to lose points, and we will try to give our best for every match.
Okay, speaking of that, Fardiana, talking about performances here, not a bit easy for Geylang with the first few losses in the season, right? So how is the team planning to turn this around? Is there any areas of improvement you guys are looking at?
Yeah, I think it's definitely not been easy. We are also only like a barely a 2-month team. So we're still trying to build that chemistry and also kind of stay positive and focus on what our plays and whatever we feel like we need to improve on, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we'll see how, and definitely I think you guys should definitely try to follow them on social media, and their handles are below. And also follow the SG Women's Football and WPL page for more updates on these two teams. Okay, let's continue the show. For both of you, I just want to ask you as well, how do you balance football with your personal life? I know that you all have jobs, day jobs, right? So can you tell me what you do and how the football comes together with what you do?
As a civil servant working shift hours, I schedule my work, family and hobbies around training. So I must be disciplined to maintain a healthy work-life balance. For me, my personal choices will affect sports performance. So to schedule is a very important thing, and you have to follow it.
So what do you mean by it affects sports performance? So, like, because there's training, I believe there's training in the evening, right?
Yep. So like I said, personal choices will affect sports performance. Let's say if you stay out too late, if you don't sleep early and all this, it will definitely affect. Maybe the next day you have training and you will wake up, feel tired, you won't have energy to train. It also goes the same to work. Like if you wake up late also, you won't focus at work.
So discipline is very important.
Yes, discipline is very important.
Hey, you gotta hear it from the Police SA representative. For yourself, how do you balance, likewise as well for her? Are you schooling now still or?
No, I'm working at Shopback as a ground ops executive.
I use that, by the way, just not shout out, but I use it.
Yeah. And it's also quite tiring. So like she said, discipline is very important. The choices that you make. So maybe like after work, I have training. So I have to make sure that I get enough rest, even the day before and things like that. And perhaps also my diet, I need to take care of it. Yeah. So like Hamizah said, discipline is very important.
Nice.
To balance.
Inspiring stuff, guys. Remember to make sure that you guys get disciplined, okay? As much as you can, get into the gym. Okay, speaking of that, let's talk about training regimens. Like, how do you, prepare for a game? What's your training regimen like?
For me, it is essential to maintain a high level of physical fitness. Not only playing football, but also as a civil servant and a football player. My training regimen includes a mixture of cardio, strength training and agility exercises.
Wow. So can you give me examples? Strength training is in gym or
strength training, you have to go to the gym. Definitely you have to go to the gym to work out those muscles.
And do it. So how often would that be? Just for people interested out there who want to get into a career in football? Like how often? Is it 3 times a week, once a week enough? Or is it depends on the person?
Depends on the person. I mean, definitely you have to see your schedule, you know, like if you have time, definitely once a week or twice a week is, I mean, good enough. I mean, if you also go for football trainings.
So it's a balance of strength and cardio, right?
Yep.
Okay. And for you, like, is there anything that you do maybe outside work to help you stay on the tip-top condition?
I also go to the gym, mostly on weekends because I'm afraid to push myself too much because we already have trainings on the weekdays. So I focus a lot on recovery. So that also includes recovery is also like a form of, I guess, workout. So it's very important to make sure that your body is ready for the next training or the next training regimen.
Nice. Yeah, recovery. I always hear how important recovery is. Okay, speaking of that, Hamizah, you know, at AFC Women's Day earlier this year, we heard from Police SA that they have a very interesting philosophy of trying to get the next generation to play football. That means like mothers, you know, like who have kids. So can you explain more about this? Because I find it very interesting.
We want to encourage like the next generation of women's football players to continue to still playing the beautiful game. So in Police SA, we have like players who have become mothers. You know, they are still playing. So this also serves for them as an inspiration. You know, if you want to join the force, you can also play football at the same time. You know, you won't stop there. So at the same time, we also want to encourage like all those educational institutes like ITEs, JCs. You can actually sign on and, you know, also play football after that.
So it is possible for people from outside to come in and join Police SA, right?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know that actually. So do you guys do trials and all and everything?
Yes, as per other clubs also, we conduct trials, you know. So if you are able to play, you know, just come down and then we will assess from there.
Yeah, I find it very interesting about the mother and the daughter thing because it's I think the first time any club actually in Singapore has openly mentioned that, and I think it's important because it keeps the history of the club going. You never know, maybe 50 years from now you guys might be, you know, sending players to the Women's World Cup. Who knows, right?
Yep.
But Fardiana, what's the most important lesson you've learned from your time in Geylang? You know, it's a short time, but what have you picked up from being with the team?
I think confidence is key. Because I feel like, for example, our team, we're really a young team, like 2 months, barely 2 months, and we're there's a lot of young players, but I see that a lot of them are still very, they're very good at playing, and it's the confidence that really makes a difference. Yeah, like I have a teammate, she's very young, I think Nadia, she plays as centre back. Yeah, and then from the first training up till right now, where she's playing in the league already, I see a lot of difference, and it's really the confidence. So it's something that I truly learned from being in the team.
So let's go to you. What some of the players or teams that you look up to or admire, and what have you learned from them? Can be international teams, can be.
Interesting. I feel there's only one person that in my time as a football player that I really look up to, which is my best friend, Mastura from Balestier. She's the captain of Balestier Khalsa. You know, she has gone through 2 ACL surgeries and having been given birth twice. So I feel that she's, for me, is an inspiration. I mean, I admire her determination to come back and actually played in the AFF 2022 and also the SEA Games. You know, I mean, it serves as a reminder that pregnancy and surgeries does not end your playing career, and also, you know, not to give up. So see like her, she can still play.
Shout out to Mastura. We had her on the show as well. What an inspiration. You know, that's very nice to hear from you as well about, you know, overcoming surgeries and everything, and also pregnancy. I think it's such an important thing in women's football. For yourself, like what have you, who inspires you, or is there anything out there that, you know?
Yeah, I think for me, it's one of my friends. Her name is Az. So she, from the moment I met her, I was still starting out in football, but I really look up to her because she's really skillful, and she's also very patient. So whenever we play futsal, and at the moment I just started out, so I'm not really good. I can see her trying to guide me, and also like teaching me. So I feel that, and she gives me a chance to also play with her team for futsal sessions.
Yay.
So it's really, I feel very grateful for her. Yeah. So and I played with her in WNL once in Republic FC, and I think despite having some injuries, she still like pulled through during the matches, and even during training, because she's actually one of the older players. But during trainings, when we go for a short jog or a run, she's always at the front. So
Motivating and
yeah,
leading.
so it's really something that I look up to.
Yeah, I know it's so nice to hear about the people who I would say changed your lives in some way. I think it's very important. Okay, so we're coming back to the end of the show already, but I just want to get, do you have any advice for women out there who want to pursue a career or maybe start playing football? I always ask this to every guest on the show, but everybody has a unique thing to say. For you, like a word of advice.
Football is for everyone. So if you just want to start out, you can actually find communities and networks. They will have people guiding you, and then give you some sort of motivation to actually kickstart your football journey. So don't give up.
Yeah, I agree with her. And I also, to add on, I think patience is very important. So really just trust the process. If you feel like you're not getting better, or you're not getting where you want to be, keep pushing on and keep working hard. Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much, Hamizah and Fardiana, for joining me today. I mean, you guys have been very inspiring guests, and I just want to say all the best for the upcoming season ahead. I know we are on a break, but we've got the games coming thick and fast very soon, so thank you. And also all the best. My name is Asha from Footballita, and of course, do follow us for more on the Deloitte Women's Premier League. See y'all.
Bye.